everybody. We're about to get started in a few minutes, about 2 more minutes left before the show begins. We got great guest hosts with us today, and we're going to be having a fantastic time talking about new comic books, trendy comic books, what's in the landscape of comic books, and all sorts of fun stuff today at the Monday Night Lineup, starting with the IzzyVerse right here. Again, we'll get started in about 2 minutes, so sit back, relax, make sure you do the poll, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It really helps us out, and we'll have some fun in a few minutes. See you soon. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the IzzyVerse, the start of the Monday Night Lineup. I'm your host, Izzy, and welcome to my show. We're going to be talking a little bit about what's trendy and what's new, and we're going to have a great time in this show. So sit back. We'll be here for about an hour, and then we're going to be jumping on to the next show, which is going to be with my guest host. So let's bring him out. Scotty!
What's up, Izzy? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Scotty? How you doing, my man?
I'm doing well, man. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. We're doing double duties today, right? We start here and then we end over there, right?
Absolutely, man. Double duty this week.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a fun show. Let's get started by saying what's up to the guys in the chat. And Durst started off with becoming a new member, which technically he wasn't. It kind of lapsed. It happens to a lot of us where somehow something happens and then we're not a member, and then we find out we're a member again, and then we got to fix it up. So welcome aboard, Dirt. Yeah, it happens all the time. But you know who's number one. Always number one in our chats. Las Cruces. All right. Hooray. And on with us is Kyle of Comics 87. What's up, comic fan? Yo, Joe. We're going to talk all about G.I.Joe. Tell me you're not a G.I.Joe fan, man.
I had a bunch of the toys growing up. I can't tell you any of their names, but I played with the toys as a kid.
All right, that's fine. I accept that. So for you guys that are watching right now, if you haven't done so, we do have a poll. The poll is asking, who do you consider to be the best Joe? And there's 4 choices I've given you: Duke, Roblox, Snake Eyes, and Hawk. Those are the choices. Right now, there's a clear winner at the moment. Won't say who just yet, but there is a clear winner at the moment. So we'll leave that for later. Woohoo! Right back. And of course, you always have the trifecta. Hello from New Mexico.
Yes, sir.
Right. And then all the way from Canada, you got TM Nerdy, who's also part of the Monday Night Lineup. He's after us with Roscoe, so they're going to have a good show later with Cody Cryo Prime is going to be in their show. So let's go, baby. Circumstances. Your boy right there, right?
Hey, my comic brother, Circumstances. What's up, Marcus?
What's up, Marcus? And hashtag find Josh. Now, before you guys want to ask the question, where's Josh been? All right. Josh has been busy. He's been very busy as of late. He's running his own little business over at Whatnot, and he's doing pretty good there. Nothing's wrong with Josh. He's good, guys. He is still stuck in the woods, so unfortunately, we'll get him out of the woods sooner or later. But you'll see. I guarantee you will see Josh again. All right. And who's this guy? S. Vaughn 82 from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga in the house.
All right, we got Dagger Cards. What's up?
What's up, man?
Yo, Joe. All right. We got Ryan Riley. What's up, comic fan? I was just chatting with him a little earlier because I just sent out one of his packages. He did win. So He's throwing in the love, and of course he's saying what's up to his southern brother.
Yeah, that's my dude.
We got John. Howdy, y'all. All right. We got the Southern Comic Geek, another one that I just had to send out a package to this week. So, all right. And Tia, I'm freezing over here. Well, that's what happens, man. That's what happens when you live in Canada. You got to get your code. All right. And don't forget, guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It's going to help us out. We're going to have a blast here. All right. So, with that said, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up. Let's talk a little bit about what's trending. So, with that said, you ready for the video roll?
Let's see it, man.
Scotty? Let's do the video roll. Okay, before we even get things started, and I always hate when I do this. Okay, that's the right. Let's say what's up to the Adventurous Joe. He's in the house as well. And of course, guys, make sure you leave your comments. We're going to have a blast in the show. Let's talk a little bit about what's trending this week. And what's trending this week is no surprise. None whatsoever, right?
David Mack cover. Nice.
We got a beautiful David Mack cover of Daredevil #9. This came out back in 1999. This is when they started off the Marvel Knights run, which really regenerated Daredevil, which was floundering before that. And a couple of other titles were floundering during this time. But this one's here for a specific character who cannot speak, known as Echo. This is the first appearance of Echo. Have you seen that trailer?
I have not. I've not.
So the trailer is really intense. It's a simple trailer where you see the Kingpin. He's in his limo, right? He's in his classic white suit. And he's seeing this little girl who happens to be Echo, right? So he's seeing the girl, and she's being bullied by a hot dog vendor. He's kind of like poking fun at her. He's not like physically abusing her, but he's verbally. He's like calling her stupid, like, well, you can't hear. And Kingpin took it amongst himself for his own brand of justice. Grabbed the vendor and pounds on the guy. So we got Wilson Fisk back the way he's supposed to be in this short trailer. So you got to check it out when you get a chance. Also, I see here definitely. So we got Larry Green Machine. What's going on? Another Monday Night Lineup member, Will from Couple Comics. Welcome aboard. We got Trev, the shipping guru, in the house as well. Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff going on. So this book right now has a high of $80. I will wait on this. My personal opinion, I'll wait on this book. And here's why. Because everything I've heard to this moment has been Echo's not as good as it seems. You can always get a good trailer. Yeah. But they're dropping the whole season in one shot. And that's not the typical Disney approach. Right? Now, the show is also going to be rated TVMA, which is also something that people are like, they're going a little adult. But you know, like, it's going to be gritty. They're going to go adult. It's going to be like the Netflix series in a nutshell. But I don't know how far Disney will take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we'll see. I do know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's still Disney. We're still talking about Disney here, right?
It's still Disney. Yeah.
What's up, Digger Jim is in the house.
What's up?
Right. And look, even Travis is saying Kingpin stated to be only in 2 episodes. So
I heard that. I heard about that. That sucks.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, our next book in the list here is Here for Good Reasons. Yeah. And that's Uncanny X-Men 164. You know something about this book? I see you giving that
I see the binary on the cover. I love that. I love a good binary cover.
Yeah, so this is the first appearance of Binary. Well, technically, it's the first appearance of Captain Marvel as Binary, right? So this book is demanding $45. Can you tell me why this book is in this list?
Well, because of the movie right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you who don't know, Miss Marvel, The Marvels came out this weekend, and talking about poor performance, man, $47 million in the box office for a movie that cost over $200 million.
Okay.
That does not sound good.
What was? Do you know what they were projected to do? Like, what was it supposed to do?
The projection, I think, was $60 million.
60,
and even that's bad for a movie that's worth $200 million to make. That's huge.
Will it be
So
profitable?
Travis, will it be profitable? I'm going to say no. In order for it to be profitable, it has to hit 500. This movie does not look like it's going to hit 500. Now, the only thing it got going for it right now is that there are people that are saying they like the movie. No one's saying the movie is great, so it's not a classic. But what they're saying is that people are saying that they like the movie. However, the only way this movie could probably make a profit if it has legs now. So it has to continuously be good, right? People have to continuously go to the movie theaters. The good news is that there's really not much stuff coming afterwards. So there's not a lot of movies projected to come. I think the next big movie is going to be, if you guys can tell me in the chat, I know that Aquaman's coming around Christmas time.
Everything's getting pushed back.
So there are some movies coming up. However, I can't, off the top of my head, I don't even know what's the next movie that's coming up that might fight it. You know what I mean? Take its spot right now. So it may have a week or two where it's on top. But even though, you know, we can't see it making 500 million. It's near impossible. And just like Travis says, it's definitely a flop. So we'll see what happens, right?
J-Man, what's going on?
Napoleon's out, yeah, but I don't think Napoleon's going to be a competition because I think Napoleon's much more of a adult movie. So yeah, people are going to go see Napoleon. Godzilla -1. I think that's a niche audience. I don't think that's going to be a big audience for Godzilla. Aquaman is all that matters. Spoken like a true DC guy, right?
Of course.
Of course, right? So yeah, with the Godzilla movie, it's -1. It's subtitled. That's going to be a niche audience. That's not going to be a big breaker. It's not going to do that. So we got Taylor Winder in the house, so we know we're going to get some smart answers there. So he's in the house, right? But here's the reason why this book is in the list, because there is an end credit scene. There's a mid-credit scene that features Binary in it, as well as someone else. And if you look at the next comic, how coincidental, right? But Astonishing X-Men #4, the reason why this book is in this list is not because of that Beast cover that you see there. It really isn't, even though we do know Beast. Spoiler, guys, Beast is in this movie if you haven't heard about it yet. So my apologies, and you got your spoiler warning. Too bad about that. It's the real reason why this book is in this list is because of a character known as Armor. Are you familiar with Armor?
I can't say that I am. No.
So Armor is one of I'm sure you've seen her. She's a girl. She's a young girl who she has this mutant ability of creating an exoskeleton, an outward exoskeleton, like a pink exoskeleton, right?
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the reason why it's here is because the new Ultimate line that's coming up is going to feature Armor in the Ultimate X-Men.
Is that the one that Momoko is doing?
Yes, exactly. So Momoko is doing it, and that's why this book is. So people are looking for the first appearance of Armor, even though I believe that's a different Armor. It's not the same character. So that's the main reason why we see this book here. Right?
Never seen that one.
Yeah.
Now I did used to own that one when I was a kid. I had a bunch of those Valiant books.
Used to is a sad term.
Used to is a horrible term. I had them as a kid, man. They weren't in good shape. They wouldn't be in good shape anyways. But I did own those at one time.
Yeah, this one right now is really hot. Do you know why Legend of Zelda is hot right now?
Is it the first appearance of? Because the movie. We're getting a movie, right?
Yeah, we're getting a live action movie. They made the announcement this week that we are definitely getting a live action movie.
Yep.
And I'm so excited for it. We have a director in place now. It's Wes Ball. We don't know much about Wes Ball. The only thing I tell you about Wes Ball is he's the director of the new Kingdom of the Apes movie that's coming out, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So if that movie ends up looking good, we're going to get a Zelda movie from that director. That's pretty much all we know right now. But this is a hot book. It's a hard book to get, man. It's very low print. Like you said, a lot of kids have it, but if you think about it, a lot of kids had it. And what do kids do with comics?
It's much like with the Star comics. Those are going to be hard to find in good condition.
Exactly, and that's the same thing with this one. So this is demanding about $250 high. So if you see this book at a really good condition, man, this is one of those books that I'm going to say it's always worth picking up. If you see it, if you have it at a good price, get it, because it's a hard book. It's going to always be relevant.
Any of the Nintendo books that Valiant did, pick them up. If you see them, grab them.
Oh yeah, especially the Super Mario Brother. We got also 23 Manch in the house. What's going on?
What's up, man? What's going on?
All right. Why isn't Young Avengers on this list? That's a great question. I'll tell you this much, Travis. No one's talking about that scene. so
you're right. You are.
No one's really talking about that scene, right?
You're exactly right. I've not heard one person.
So this is definitely some other. This is more spoiler talk here. Shut it with the spoiler. You feel? I'm not a Canuck. Oh, you're talking to TW. So with the Marvels, at the end of the Marvels, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, shows up to look for this girl. What's her why is her name escaping me? The Hawkeye girl.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop, that's right. Kate Bishop, right? She goes and she does the whole Fury speech to her in that way, like, we know who you are, you're not, does the whole thing, and she's being silly about it, but that's the first inclination of a Young Avengers team that it looks like they are working on building. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
All right.
I would like to see it. I would love to see the Young Avengers. I'd love to see the champions. I'd love to see them bring the champions in. I think that'd be cool.
I think the champions would be cool. Everybody's talking about Young Avengers, but no one's saying champions, and it looks more like a champions team than a Young Avengers team. But with the connections with Kang, we'll see how that turns out. All right, here's another book in the list. We got Hallows Eve #1. I think this book is in this list only because it's still off of that Halloween theme that's going on. I don't think this book has much momentum right now. It's her first solo series. Not much is being done with Hallows Eve, even though she's a really cool character. I personally like her.
She does have an action figure. Hasbro's doing an action figure of her. It's on pre-order this week if anybody's interested. So she's getting a Marvel Legend figure.
Yeah, that is cool. That should be a cool looking figure with all the masks too.
It looks great. It really does.
Oh, really?
Good. It does.
All right. And just like before, Daredevil #9, we got Daredevil #10, and this is the first cover appearance of Echo.
I love that cover.
It is a beautiful cover. Now, this is a book that I had. I don't know where it's at. It's like missing in my pile. So
that sucks. That's a bad one to be missing.
Yeah, there's a few books in my collection that I have no idea where they disappeared to. So
oh man, that's a beautiful example of David Mack.
Yes, and that was like David Mack when he was starting off, where he was just throwing these covers after covers. Really good stuff. The next book here is Thor 229. Now, this one's an interesting book because a lot of people talk about Hulk 181, Hulk 180 as being the first appearance of Wolverine. And they are. They absolutely are. This one, however, talks a little, it talks more about an advertisement for Wolverine. So like a Wolverine is coming. So if I click on this, let's see if I see it. What you'll notice is that this little advertisement of Wolverine. So theoretically speaking, this is the first time we actually see what Wolverine looks like. Kind of like a Malibu Sun or a Marvel previews of Miles Morales.
Cool.
This is the same thing where we get a little sample of who Wolverine is coming. So it's an advertisement. You got a nice little Ghost Rider stamp too. That's there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this is why this book if you can't get Hulk 181, and if you can't win Hulk 180 from Legion and Lynx, right? And you can't afford to get them, this might be the next best thing to have, which is Thor 229, and it's asking for a high of $45. That's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah,
the hottest book of the Bronze Era is Hulk 181. Hulk 180 is the second. This will be the third, I will say.
I'm going to be on the lookout for that one.
Yeah, when you see it, 229, right? What's up, Comics by the Bay? Yeah, Josh definitely looks different, doesn't he? Yeah. I've changed. What's up, Kenneth Burr? What's going on? Brian LCS is in the house. Let's talk a little bit about that for a second.
Okay.
We got the Comic Book Community Awards. 5 days, guys. 5 days. And you're nominated. Is that correct?
Yes, I actually am for best ongoing series for comic book addicts.
Awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Of course, yeah, that is cool. So, good luck for you. It's always great to be nominated, right? So
yeah,
make sure
totally unexpected.
Make sure you do that. My competition is fierce. I'm nominated for 2. I don't see myself winning because I got this fierce competition.
I do too, man. I'm in the mix with DJ Lynx. It's funny. And let's see, Pop Culture Philosopher and Only Slabs. There's some pretty tough.
Yeah, you got some stiff competition. Yeah. I'm dealing with someone who passed away, man. You know how hard that is?
Yeah. How do you go against that? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I guarantee, like, anybody that was in the Oscars that was nominated against Heath Ledger's Joker said, screw it. Maybe next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe next year.
That's how I'm looking at it. I'm just going, maybe next year, guys.
It's just an honor to be thought of and nominated, man. It really is.
Yeah, it is cool, right? All right, our next book here is another fun book that I do have my copy, and that is Ghost Rider #1, the first appearance of Dan Keach as the Ghost Rider. So this is not the first Ghost Rider, but this is the second Ghost Rider, right? Which is, I always love this, Javier Salazar cover. This is always one of my favorite covers.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Here's another book that's on this list here that I do believe now that the show is over,
I own this.
It's going to drop. And that is Timeless #1, the first cover appearance of Miss Minutes. So you have Todd Knott. Now, with this book, I would say it's $15 high, so it's not expensive, right? But it's not one of those books that you could go, the momentum's going to die. Unless we see Miss Minutes again, I don't see this book moving anywhere.
I think that it's a pretty good price that it's at now. I've seen this book upwards, which, I mean, granted, it was a different time, but I've seen this book way higher than that. So I think it would be a decent time to maybe snag it if you see it.
Yeah, exactly. If you see it for $15, I don't see why not, right? Just to say you have it, right?
Yeah.
But what I am going to say is that unless they have any plans with her within Marvel proper and in the future of the MCU, which I don't see happening.
Yeah.
That's it. We might have seen the last of her.
You're right.
She was a cool character. She was a fun character. She got a little weird. I'll give it that much. She got a little weird.
Yeah.
Right. But
I love the character though. Very fun.
Miss Minutes' time is up, I think. Pun intended.
Could be. I think hopefully they'll use her again here and there somewhere. I don't know, but I don't see it, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Another book here that's, I think, we're going to see go through a little bit of a dip as well is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 16. This is the first appearance of Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, otherwise known as Photon, otherwise known as Spectrum. What do you think about the actress playing Monica Rambeau?
I mean, I personally, I like her. I liked her in WandaVision. I liked her in the Marvel. I like her. I think she's a pretty good actress. I mean, I don't really have a problem with any of which I have low expectations though. I'm one of those people that go in with low expectations. So
okay. We got Rich in the house, Comic Cat, TVA rumored to be, everybody's rumored to be in Deadpool, man.
Oh,
At this point, everyone's rumored to be in, Superman's in Deadpool.
Yeah. Well,
Batman's in Deadpool.
Yeah, everybody.
Lady Death is in Deadpool. Oh, Dogpool is rumored to be in Deadpool.
And any opportunity to throw Mephisto out there, just throw him out there too.
All right. Our next book in this list is, of course, Transformers #1. It's still demanding about $5 because there was a lot of copies. I think Izzy was asking, what do you think about the actress? I think she's awesome. So that he's asking, what you thought about her portrayal as Monica Rambeau. Did you like the actress who was playing her?
Yeah. I liked it well enough. Yeah.
It was she played the part well. I liked it, right?
So yeah.
Okay. All right, muting again because you jerks can't help yourself. I'm not talking about spoilers anymore. I would say spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Did you read Transformers #2?
Yes, I'm up to date on my Transformers.
Poor Bambi, right?
I mean, I thought it was good. I thought one was awesome. I thought two was
No, I'm saying
continuing
poor
to be good.
Bambi. I said poor Bambi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
that was
a
an
lot of
awesome man.
squishies, a lot of squishies.
Spoiler alert: Bambi dies.
And some people get squishied.
That was a funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was a funny scene.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, our next book here is Mary Jane and Black Cat #1. This is the one that came out back in 2022. This book is
J.
on
Scott
demand
Campbell.
simply because we got Mary Jane as Jackpot. She gets her jackpot powers.
And it's a beautiful J. Scott Campbell cover. Anytime he's doing those two female characters, it's going to be fire.
He was made to make them, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And in Travis's words, crunch.
I think if you can find that for $2 to $5, grab it.
Yeah, it's cover price right now. I don't think it's a big of demand for it. Next book here is a book that I'm not 100% sure why it's in this list right now. Not to say I don't like the character, because I love this character. I think it's a really cool character. And this is Amazing Spider-Man 569. This is the New Ways to Die storyline. And this features the first cameo appearance of the anti-Venom, which I loved when I see the anti-Venom. So for a short time, Eddie Brock took the mantle of anti-Venom, which I don't remember much about the character. Only thing I remember, it was the Venom costume flipped. So it was, negative spaced, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I remember reading the storyline when he came out. I just can't remember the specifics. It's been so long and I've read so much, but I love the symbiotes, man. I try to grab all the first appearances. I picked up first Toxin recently. So this would be one I was hunting for. I don't know that I would want to pay $80.
$80. I happen to have a copy, so I'm happy for mine. I have this one. I have the copy. I have this whole series because I really enjoyed it. So I have this one. I have the one that follows. I have the one where Spider-Man's ripping his shirt off to reveal the Venom logo. So I have that one, which I had a T-shirt for that one. So I really, really love this. I love this one, and I think this is when John Romita was at his best. When it came to his work in Spider-Man, this was his best run on Spider-Man because he was doing such a phenomenal job of making these characters look really good.
Yeah.
So, all right. Our next book here is Silver Surfer 53. This book is from the Infinity Gauntlet saga, that crossover event that happened. Now, the demand for this book is $15. I would say I picked this book up earlier this year at a dollar bin. And the reason why this book is hot, because it does feature multiple first appearances, but more importantly, it features the first appearance of Dar Pin, the general of the Kree Space Fleet. And this is the character that was gender swapped in the Marvels. So this character that we see here, see her right there? Where you see part of her. She's kind of camera time. This is who is that character. So this is another book. $15 is still really cheap. I will say she was probably one of the weakest links of the movie. So I don't see this book having longevity. And I'm not spoiling the ending, Taylor, for what her fate is. All right. So be what it may. If you find this book for cheap, go ahead, pick it up. Don't overspend this book, because this book is not going to go up in value. I'm sorry, guys. It just isn't. All right. Now, a book that will always go up in value no matter what.
Yeah, always.
Amazing Spider-Man 50, man. What can you say about this cover that hasn't been said?
It's a beautiful book. I'd love to have it.
Absolutely. It is a truly iconic storyline. They've done this story to death, but it always works. The Spider-Man No More series. Oh, what's up, Shot for Comics? Shots for Comics is in the house. How you doing? All right. Great story. If you have $3,000 to spare and you want a comic book, why not?
Yes, it's a beauty.
But what's important about this book, of course, not only that it's iconic, it also features the first appearance of Wilson Fisk himself. The Kingpin is in. This is the first time we get to see him in this book. I see Cliff is in the house.
Cliff.
Where's Cliff? There you go. Cliff is in the house. Just to let everybody know, I'm going to be hanging out with Cliff this weekend. Me and Cliff are hanging out.
What? I'm jealous. I'm very
We're gonna
jealous
be
now.
handing out in Icon. It's a convention over at Fishkill, New York.
Oh man.
Crazy enough, we're gonna be sitting next to each other. We're both gonna be tabling, and we're gonna be right
How
next to
cool.
each other. So we'll be
How
doing
cool
some
is
stuff.
that?
We'll be posting some stuff. All right.
Yes, let's
So
do some content, man.
we'll try to get some. If we have signal, that's the caveat. You gotta have signal. If we have signal, we'll definitely do some live streaming.
Awesome,
Right.
awesome. I look forward to that.
Another book here that's on this list that always seems to come back and forth is
It's
Amazing
a
Spider-Man.
regular.
Yeah, it's a regular one. Only because this is a character that's a lot of spec value to her. She's a popular character, but I don't know why we haven't seen her yet, which is Silk. Right? This is the first full appearance of Silk, who was bit by the radioactive spider. The book is asking for a high demand of $100 at the moment. I'm not sure if $100 is worth it for a book like this because we haven't seen her yet. I'm assuming we will someday. I think Sony might play with the character in some way.
You think
but
so?
I'm not sure. Yeah,
I don't see why they wouldn't. She's too popular.
Yeah. But she's not. She hasn't reached that level of Gwen or Miles or anything like that.
No.
So she's still very low tier in the poll, right? So if you think about when you think about Spider characters, she'll be like your fifth choice. You know what I mean? It's like, you got Peter, you got Miles, you got Gwen, you got Miguel. Heck, you got Spider Ham. You know what I mean? And then you get Silk. You know what I mean? So it's like
true.
So I'm curious to see what her longevity is going to be. Obviously, she's one of those characters that could probably be here to stay. I think she is going to show up sooner or later, like you said, Cliff. I think she's going to show up. There may be a rumor that she shows up in whatever this Madame Web movie is going to be.
That would be a nice surprise.
They've been talking about dropping a trailer soon, so we'll see when it happens. I heard it was supposed to drop a couple of days ago, but it didn't happen. Black Spiders, what's up, dude? How you doing, my man? All right. Our next book here is another one of these cover buys because people are loving these Otto Schmidt covers.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
So last month we had Birds of Prey issue number 2, which people were going crazy over.
Yeah.
Now we have issue 3 for the exact same reason.
Yep.
It's a beautiful cover, but I don't know if I'm spending $35 on this.
Is this one a ratio?
It's a ratio. It's a 1 in 25.
Okay. Yeah.
So
the last one was too.
Yeah. So so Otto Schmidt is doing these ratio covers of these books. I like them. I think they're great. I think they're beautiful. I think Otto Schmidt's color style is amazing.
Yep.
But why am I going to be spending so much money for a ratio book? I just wait, right? And like Tyler said, Taylor saying the cover's meh. I think
it's a big gamble on the ratios. It's a big gamble.
And the way I always look at ratio books is I look at it the same way as I look at regular books. If the story is hot, then the ratio book would be hot for that story. If the story is not, the ratio is only hot until people get when they want it, when they got it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, like everybody else says, meh. I'm going to say, hold on if you really want this. Don't spend that money. Let it cool down. When it's not on the list is when you pick it up. You know what I mean?
I agree.
When anything's on the list, you wait on it. All right. Here's another book that also has some hot spec on it. It came out last week, but people are going crazy over it because it features the first appearance of the Bad Batch. And that's Star Wars Hyperspace Story number 10. Another one of these books. If you find this book for $8, grab it. That's it. Don't have to think about it. You just do it. Because the Bad Batch is a popular show, and someone's going to try to pick it up. So the way I see it, as you can see, the price is trending upward.
Yep.
If you find it for $8, grab it. If you find it for $10, grab it. Because sooner or later, it's going to go up. This is one of those books that I think is just going to continuously go up at time. Right? So, if you see it for a low price, you pick it up. That's my opinion for this one.
Okay. I don't know Star Wars that well, so I'm going to take your word on that one.
It's Bad Batch. So I'm sure you've heard of the Bad Batch from the TV series.
I have heard. Yes, I have.
Yeah. That's all you need to know if that's the case, right?
Yeah.
So, and our last book from this trending list is X-Force 46. This is the 1 in 25 book that came out last week. It says new this week, but it really came out last week. This book is demanding already $40.
Why?
Here's the reason. Because X-Force is not one of the more popular X-Men titles. So being that it's not, so with that being said, what ends up happening is that these ratio books becomes less and less created, right? So if your shop buys, I don't know, if your shop buys 10 comics of X-Force, right? They're not going to get the 1 in 25.
Yeah,
if
so
they
a lot of people are not getting it.
So exactly. So they exist. So a store like Midtown Comics, which always buys a huge bulk, will have the 1 in 25s. But let's just say, just for the argument's sake, let's just say they buy 100 books, which is a lot for a shop, right? Most shops will buy less than 10, right? If they buy 100 books, guess what? That means they're getting 4 of these, right? So you got to think of it that the numbers game, and that's why it's demanding $40, because people like the cover, and since they like the cover, and it's Jeff DeCall, who happens to be a popular artist right now, then that's the case. You know what I mean? Like,
makes sense.
to Taylor's argument, these lists are always idiotic. Just give me your money and I'll tell you some dumb books to buy.
What you said.
I'm going to get Taylor to come on the show. This is going to be fun having him talking about this stuff. So Taylor, this is an open invitation for you. I want you to come on. Just tell me the word. Just tell me the name, okay?
Yeah.
We got Dirts in the house.
Dirts, what's up, my boy?
Sorry, I'm late. Dirts, you don't need to apologize, bro. You don't need to apologize.
It's all good.
Be like, we're here. We get it. I get it. 6:30 is early for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Get here when you can.
So with that said, those are the hottest books of the week, the hottest trending books. Let's get this list out here for a second. Remove that. And you ready to see the top 10?
Sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So there you have it. Those are your top 10s for Cover Price and CBCSI. And you know what? While we were doing that, the doctor himself, DVH, is in his house. Who? What's going on, DVH? Ryan? Yep. How can you not put metal and comics together? It's just a match made in heaven. You know what I'm saying? So before we move forward, I just want to share with everybody a few things that are happening, like what's coming up next, man. And that is Scotty Vaughn's show, S182, and featuring some beautiful, handsome guests. Who's going to be your guest for your show tonight?
Man, my guest tonight is not only a badass artist, but an amazing comic book collector and YouTuber, Izzy from IzzyVerseNYC. That's my guest.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome today, man. It's an honor to be part of the show. So I'm looking forward to the questions you have set up for me. That's gonna be fun. Right. Also, as I mentioned to you guys earlier, we got ICON happening this weekend. Like I said, Cliffs on Comics is gonna be there. The Council of Comics is gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. We got my boy Nate Melendez is gonna be there. We got a few people from the channel who's gonna be there. It's gonna be a fun time over at Fishkill, New York. It's a bit of a hike for me, but it's gonna be a fun time, and I can't wait to go to the show. I was supposed to go last year, and I couldn't go because my daughter got sick. So I'm returning. I'm actually going for the first time when I was supposed to go last time. So I'm really excited about that. Gary's gonna be there as well. So that should be a fun show. Also, have you heard about this little Black Friday auction that's going on, Scotty?
I actually have some questions for you about that. I'm going to be talking to you about that a little bit on Comic Book Addicts. So,
yeah, we'll definitely talk a little bit about it. So for those of you who don't know, I am having a Black Friday art auction sale, which is going to feature many of the comic community artists in the house. We're going to be auctioning off some of our artwork for you guys during the best day of the year to make sales, right? Black Friday sales. So we're going to be doing that from 5 to 8:45 Eastern time, real time. And we're going to be talking a lot about, comics, our art, our style. While we're doing that, we're going to also be auctioning off. So I got guys like Travis, who's going to be helping us out. Also, we got the comic vet who said he's going to be helping out. Roscoe's going to be part of the show. It's going to be a really, really fun time at the show. So I'm looking forward to it. And again, we're going to be auctioning out pretty much as much as we possibly can. Also, don't forget, this week we got 5 days left for 5 days left for the Comic Book Community Awards happening. Make sure you go to cbcawards.org. Make sure you vote for who you want to vote. Not to say that you got to vote for me, because I don't really need you to vote for me. I just want you to vote. If you vote for me, I'll be honored to, and I'll be happy, because I've never had a plaque before, and that's kind of one of my goals in life to have.
Me either, man. Me either.
I need something, man. I've been given citations like crazy, but
yeah, man.
But as far as a plaque goes, man, right? But I'm nominated for Best Community Artist. I got some very stiff competition for that one. Yeah, that one's gonna be a hard one to win, man. In all fairness,
you're a great artist.
That should be like a 6-person win. And also we got Best Speculation Comic Investing Content, which this show was nominated for. So what we call the Keep Specking Award. And of course, in case you guys don't notice, Josh ain't here. That's because Josh is busy running the woods, man. He's out in the woods, but we're still giving you that 15% off promo code. So make sure you go check out the woods. Whew. That's a lot to talk about, man. So Scotty, tell me a little bit before we get into what's coming out that's new. Tell me a little bit about what your show is all about and what you do in your channel.
Cool, man. Well, I'm basically a former criminal and drug addict, and I did a lot of bad things, and I went down a really bad path in my life, and I decided 4 years ago that I was tired of overdosing and getting locked up. So I changed my life, went to recovery, and did everything I needed to do, began living clean, picked up comics, and that helped keep me clean. Having a good, healthy hobby helped keep me clean. 4 years later, here I am. Started the channel a couple years ago, and I do the Comic Book Addicts live stream, and just to have fun with comic books, and I try to mix in some recovery here and there, and that's basically what it's about, man. It's just having fun, talking comics, having cool artists, writers, YouTubers, collectors, and just having a good time, and talking some recovery and mental health as well.
That's great to hear. Yeah, if you're gonna be addicted to anything, might as well be addicted to comics, right?
Yeah, that's a good addiction. I mean,
that's addiction you want to have. Don't be addicted to buying comics. That's a little different. That's like gambling in some cases, right? But what's a great escape. It's great to hear these stories about people who've done, who recovered. I've never been an addict or anything like that, but my father was an alcoholic, right? And my father was alcoholic, and for a long time, he dealt with that addiction that he had, and unfortunately, it took his life away and stuff like that. So it's something that I myself, because of that, never really went that route. You know what I mean? So for some people, when you have family that are alcoholics, they become alcoholics by association in a way. For me, it was the exact opposite, right? For me, it was like, I don't want to do it. So whenever you're hanging out with me, you'll notice that I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything, right? Because that's just how I am. It's also
I don't drink.
It's also because of I do live what many people call a religious lifestyle, but
Good
I
for
live it
you.
very differently. I live it very differently than most people. So, and we'll talk more about that a little later. I'm sure you have questions for me and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
But
sure.
we're going to talk about what's coming up new. But before I even do that, we got to talk about what we're giving away today, right? So
What are we giving
before
away?
I do that,
Free
let's
stuff.
talk a little bit about what we're giving away, because I'm going to show you one thing. Yeah. So this week, we're going to be giving away a special G.I. Joe Real American Mystery Pack. That's right, guys. It's a Real American Mystery Pack, but it does. Woo. Those of you that are in Canada, you also qualify. So it just wouldn't be the same, right? So we're going to be giving away a G.I. Joe Mystery Pack, which will include the new issues that are coming out this week. So that will be part of the pack, and you might have some more things. And if you're a channel member, there's going to be a blank comic there. So we'll talk a little bit about that. You guys already know the hashtag. If you want to throw it down, you could throw it down now. I don't have to say what it is. We'll talk about it while we say what's up to our boy Tate Prime is in the house as well. What's Yo, up, Joe, indeed. Norman Rad, right? So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Oh, look at that. We got Yo Joe, we got Cobra, which brings me to my next point, which is Yo Joe! Cobra! La, 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 la. I love those videos.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
Cobra, la la la, blame Canada. All right, guys. You ready to talk about what's new, what's coming out this week that's new?
Let's talk about it.
All right, let's do the pull list. So we're gonna do this really quickly because I know we're about at 7:30. You gotta jump over to your show, and then we go to our show. So we're gonna do rapid fire, even though we are loaded with comic books. So as you can see right now, Marvel has 24 titles. Wow. Right? And Marvel's not the only one that has a lot. So we're gonna go really rapid. We're gonna go to Superior Spider-Man #1, the ongoing series now. So earlier we had a one-shot. Now we're gonna have an ongoing series. Superior Spider-Man #1 is coming out. Also, Deadpool 7 Slaughters, Alien #1, Fantastic Four 13. That cover of Doom on a robotic dinosaur. Yo,
yes.
That's what more could you want? And by Alex Ross too. So
yep.
How can you go wrong with that, right? That is insanity right there. All right. So you got that. Also, you got the Immortal Thor #4, Daredevil 3, Ghost Rider 20, Uncanny Avengers #4, and like I said, we're going rapid pace now. Dark X-Men 4, Jean Grey #4, Blade #5, Children of the Vault #4. Marvel's going nuts, man. They gotta cool it down with the books. Red Goblin #10, Alpha Flight 4, Astonishing Iceman 4, Spine Tingling Spider-Man #2, which I love that cover. Just looking at that cover, it's a sweet cover right there.
That is cool. Yeah, it's wicked.
Right? Black Panther #6, Silver Surfer Rebirth Legacy issue 3, Cap Wolf and Howling Commandos 2. This is not exactly a comic book. This is more of a cover book. Star Wars Return of the Jedi, the 40 anniversary covers by Chris Sprouse. So all the anniversary covers that we had, they collected them into one book. So you have that. And then you have Star Wars Vision Peach Momoka #1. So a whole Peach Momoka Star Wars. That should be interesting to pick up.
Yeah.
That probably might be a hot pick for this week, I'll say. Star Wars Dr. Aphra. Yeah, it might be. Star Wars Dark Droids 4, Star Wars Mandalorian Season 2 #6. And those are your Marvel titles. Over at DC is heavy too. 12 is heavy for DC. They usually like to go single digits, but they're doing a lot of books as well. Starting with that list, you got The Outsiders and Speed Force. Detective Comics 1077, which I've heard a lot of good buzz about it. We got Azrael back, so that's going to be great. You got Green Lantern issue #5. World's Finest, Teen Titans 5, Superman Lost, number 8, Danger Street 11, Wesley Dodds, The Sandman, number 2. I love that cover. I think it's awesome. All right.
That is cool.
You got the visual, which for some reason I didn't change the bottom of that one. You got the visuals coming out. Wildcats also is coming out. Batman and Robin issue 3. And of course, you got some Looney Tunes, because who doesn't love Looney Tunes, right? Marvin Martian, one of my absolute favorite. All right. Over at Image, they got 22 titles.
Wow.
And that's a combined Image, Skybound, Miller World, as well as Top Cow. So I put them all together because they're all part of the Image umbrella. So that's going to be there.
Okay.
Starting with, like I said, G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero, issue 301. Larry Hama continues his run. That's what this book is. So we're going to be giving that book away. We're also going to be giving away G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero, issue number 1. This is the Larry Hama cut. So we're going to go back to the first issue, and it's going to be the original unedited version. So that's pretty cool. Another book that a lot of people are excited about is Geiger's Ground Zero. This is the start of that new universe that Jeff Johns. Yep, shout out Marcus. Yeah, so that's going to be a big Ghost Machine. That's the start of the Ghost Machine. You got the Deviant that's coming out as well. I agree, Travis. It's not as good as, but what can compete against Neil Gaiman's Sandman? Let's be honest, guys. That's literature. You know what I'm saying? That's just straight up literature. All right. Also, you got another book called Siphon, number 1. You got Dutch Zero, Spawn, Cygor's Back, 347, and of course, Big Game number 5. This series is an awesome crossover event. Can't wait to see the next one. It's really good, man. It's really good.
That's what everybody says.
All right. Also, Fish Flies number 3, The Call 4, Something Epic 7, The Walking Dead, the Luck series. So if you want Walking Dead in color, personally, I don't care. Get that book. Time Before Time 29, Philadelphia 31, Hexagon Bridge number 3, Antarctic number 5. And we're like I said, I'm doing as fast as I can, right? Arcade Kings number 5, The Haunted Girl 2, Terror War 7, Scraper number 5. And finally for Image, The Forge and Junior Baker, The Righteous Faker. I love that title.
Yeah, that's interesting.
All right. Over in IDW, you got 6 titles. Boom has 4. Scott has 4. Dynamite has 2. Dark Horse has 2. Vault has 2. So rapidly, starting with IDW, Ministry of Compliance number 1. I don't even know what to think of a title like that. So is it the TVA or something? A version? Dungeons and Dragons, Fortune Finder number 1. Godzilla Rivals versus Mecha Godzilla. Who doesn't love some Taiju action, right?
That's going to be fun. Yeah,
that should be fun. All right. Rocketeer in Den of Thieves Force, the Earth Divers number 12. Man, that Liberty Bell really did a number on whoever that is.
Oh, dude. Is she?
Is that Benjamin Franklin? That's my question. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin reissue number 2. And you got Lotus Land over in Boom Studios. Lotus Land number 1, Animal Pound, Ashcan. I'm curious about what that is. That's Me too. Right? That's really curious. Coda number 3, Dune House of Arcania 11. Scout has a couple of books scheduled, even though you can't guarantee it. This chat went south. I don't know what you guys talking about, pie and all that stuff. I'll just leave the chat working on that. Liking club sandwiches. There's something going on over there, right? Lipstick Click number 1, Catinas number 1, Ghost on the Water number 1, Space Outlaws 2. Those are for Scout. Over in Dynamite, you got Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time, The Great Hunt number 1, Red Sonja number 5, and Dark Horse, you have The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos number 5, and Operation Sunshine number 2. Vault has Door to Door, Night by Night 7, Godfield number 5. Ahoy has Project Cryptide number 3. Zenscope has Lovecraft, The Call of Cthulhu number 1. Only has The Man from Maybe number 2. Over at Summerary, you got Children of the Comet number 5. Crusader number 3 over at Mad Cave Studios. AW Upshots has Rumpus Room number 3. I know some of the people in the chat love that book. I haven't read it. Don't really have that. I'm not much of a horror guy, to be honest with you. The Prism number 2 over at Ablaze. Street Fighter 6 Evolution Special number 1. Coffin Comics Lady Death, man. Who would have guessed? Lady Death Cybernetic Desecration number 1. Cool. And over at Red 5, you got We Are Scarlet Twilight number 5. And there goes and there goes Travis is always trying to get me to buy something. He thinks I don't know, man. He's always he's always doing that to me, man. It's like I'm offering. Like Travis does not represent me.
I have no idea where this chat went with the pies. Although key lime pie is good, Travis. I do agree with the key lime.
You know what I'm saying? So, is there any book you're planning on getting?
Yeah, I have a lot of those pre-ordered. Geiger is one right at the top of my list. I'm really looking forward to seeing more Geiger. I'm looking forward to reading G.I. Joe for the first time because I was not reading it when it was around in the 80s. I wasn't reading it back then. So I'm looking forward to my first G.I. Joe run or G.I. Joe reading experience. Anyway,
I think someone has an opinion for you.
Who's got an opinion?
Backwash! What? Unsubstantiated fantasy! Lies! Lies! Lies!
Good enough. Good enough.
All right. Only pie Izzy knows is New York City pizza. Yep, you know it.
Yeah,
hey, you know
the good pie.
What about poutine pie? You know, The Rock. Just saying. All right, let's do a giveaway. You ready for a giveaway?
Yeah, let's give away some stuff.
Let's do it. All right, we got 16 people already put up IzzyVerseNYC. Are there any more coming in? Because you got only a few seconds to do it. Just to let everyone know, we are giving away a G.I. Joe pack today. It's gonna have the new issues from today. If you are a channel member, now channel membership starts as low as 99 cents. If you're a channel member, it automatically qualifies you for the additional item, which in this case will be a blank sketch comic book with a Joe or Cobra of your choice.
Nice.
So if you want a Snake Eyes, you'll get yourself a Snake Eyes. If you want a Roadblock, you get yourself a Roadblock. If you want Cobra Commander, you get yourself Cobra Commander. That's how that's going to work, guys. So make sure you put, if you are a channel member, or the other option is if you leave a super chat or a super sticker, that will qualify you today as well. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little secret. A couple of us in the community are working on something big. Kind of the same way that we've seen with other people in the community, right? We're working on something big. So it's going to be imperative that you consider becoming a channel member. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. And Izzy buys spies. So we're going to do hashtag Izzy buys spies.
Izzy buys pies.
We got the Canadian survivalists in the house. What's going on? I see we got 18 entries. Do we do this? Do we go?
Let it roll.
Let's roll. Let's find out who wins it.
Good luck, guys.
And the winner is Tape Prime. Congratulations, Tape Prime. And Tape Prime is a channel member. I just remember that. So Tape Prime, hit me up in IG. Let me know what Joe or Cobra you want. And you're going to get it in the sketch cover. So congratulations to Tape Prime.
Congrats, man.
Dude, I want to say it's been a pleasure having you here, and it has been. But we're going to keep talking, aren't we?
Yeah, we got a whole nother hour, man. We got a whole hour.
We got some more time here. I decided to have dinner early today, man. I had like dinner for like a elderly person would. You know what I'm saying?
I got Taco Bell on the way home.
Oh yeah. Now I have made some nice roast pork with rice, and we call it pernil over here and stuff like that. But guys, it's been a blast. Scotty, I'm gonna let you head out to your show, and I'll be jumping on over there in a minute. But everybody else, stick around because this video is going to redirect you straight to Scotty's channel. So once this video is over, we're going to go all the way to Scotty's channel. So make sure you jump on board to Scotty's channel. And for those of you who don't know, I just want to say one thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being a part of it. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment after this video is over to just go and just drop a comment just to let you know how things were. Until next time, guys, I will see you soon. And in the words of
G.I.Joe.
Excelsior.